Hey guys, my name is Sydney Van Horn. I'm an NPC figure competitor and we are going to go through my leg day today. We'll start with these, run through just pulling up my adductors, and then we move into like hamstring glute movements. So I started this new training program about a month ago, a little over a month ago. I started working with a new coach. His name's Nick Law. So he works like hand in hand with Cameron Cheek, who I've been with for a really long time. And we're really trying to bring up my like whole posterior chain. That's been what's been lacking, you know, for the last couple of years. A lot more glute movements, a lot more back movements, which is why I've been doing so many leg days, so many back days. So I'm on this like running training split where I have 3 leg days and 3 back days that like rotate. With this new training, I do like everything in a tempo, which is very new to me. Most everything's like a 3-second tempo. So when I'm like coming in, when I'm doing the inners, it's 3 seconds and then a 2-second hold. So I'm like counting in my head while I'm also trying to count reps. It's very hard. My first week on the program, I was like, I literally have no idea how many reps I did. All I know is I did the tempo correctly. I try to hit a target rep, but you're supposed to train to failure anyway. So if I'm recording it, then I can see how many reps I do, but if not, then I just kind of guesstimate. In the Google Sheets, I can see like what my last week numbers were and like how that compares to this week. So like how many reps I did, how much weight I did, which is nice. So last week I did 130 pounds for 10 reps, and this week I did 130 pounds for 12 reps. So I can see that like I went up a little bit. And then sometimes like they go down. I did back 2 days ago and I went down on 2 of the movements, like in reps. 1 in reps, 1 in weight. And then I also have like a certain set rest time. So in between this one, it's like 1 to 2 minutes I'm supposed to be resting.
What are the future plans? How much longer do you see the off-season going?
I don't know. I would really like to compete next year. That would be like my ultimate goal, like next summer. Because at that point then it would be 3 years since last time I competed. I felt like that was a good amount of growth. But I still haven't really talked in detail with my coach, so I'm not sure if he has any idea yet.
Are you itching to get back on stage?
I feel like it's been a long time, and I feel like I've made a lot of progress in the last 3 years. Definitely had some periods of, you know, better, like I was better than other times. But I feel like I've been in a really consistent groove for like the past 10 months or so. So I really would just like to keep that momentum going, finish out the year strong, and then maybe start a prep early next year, hopefully. That's what I would like to do. Yeah, that's definitely the goal, definitely the goal. So moving on to the Panada kickback machine. This machine and I are not friends. So this has been one of the new movements in my workout routine that I am still getting used to. I've never really done it before. I feel like because I'm so tall, it's hard for me to fit into the machine. So I kind of have to play with it and adjust it a little bit. I never really connected great with my glutes. I feel like I connect with them a lot better now. I was very quad dominant. So a lot of times I would do like hamstring or glute movements and I would feel it in my quads, which was obviously not the point. So.
Do you enjoy legs?
So now I used to hate them. I didn't mind training quads as much because I was good at it. Glutes and hamstrings were always a lot harder for me. So I just neglected training them. I didn't realize it, but I got like really top heavy. So especially in my back pose, my shoulders are so big that from the waist down, I didn't really have a whole lot of dimension. So that's kind of what we're trying to balance out my physique right now. So I'm not really training shoulders that much at all. I feel like glutes are really hard. Like I used to do this machine and I wouldn't feel it at all. And I just like go through the motions. And now I feel like I actually slow down, focus on the tempo, focus on where I'm supposed to be feeling it, squeeze the muscle, and then it's a lot better. So my glutes now get sore. They used to never get sore. So I'd be like, I'm not training right, which I really wasn't. So if you're having trouble connecting with your glutes, I'd say drop the weight. So go lower, slow down your reps. Because when you're just banging them out like as fast as you can to get the set over with, you're really not focusing on the muscle group. You're not stretching the muscle, you're not squeezing the muscle, and that's when you just like really won't see much growth. So I'd say lower the weight and really squeeze so that you know you're activating your glutes. I do feel like doing preparatory movements before like a hip thrust are really good. So doing this before hip thrust is really good because your glutes are already warm and ready. So my next movement is hip thrust. I really don't like sitting up hip thrusts like with a regular barbell because I feel like I can get really uneven. I prefer this. Has a belt. You can push it down so it's not, you know, really like pushing into your hip bones. So I have 2 sets on here. This tempo is a little different. It's 3 seconds down, 2-second hold, and then another 3-second hold at the top. That was fun.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's fun. All right, so that was 70. We'll be doing B stance RDLs, which basically just means one foot is staggered. So you're kind of like one foot's ahead, one foot's behind, and you're focusing on the leg that's in front. So you do them each side. So if you already hate RDLs, this is just another way to also hate RDLs. But it feels really good, and your hamstring gets a really good stretch while you're doing it. They're just really hard. So I always put on my belts and my grips when I do these, just so that my lower back doesn't get compromised.
How many sets of these do you have? 2. Okay, I was about to say 3 would be next level.
So bad. 3 on the hip or the kickback was hard enough.
A little patriotic today.
I know, aren't they cute? On most, anything with a barbell or a back, like I always have these on. Like, they're just like a part of me now. I feel like I use then like way too much forearm and bicep if I don't have them on. So I go a lot lighter on these than when I do regular RDLs. When I do regular RDLs, I do like 80, 90, 100 pounds. I feel like on here you're going so slow. And I'm also not trying to hurt my back. So I had a really bad back injury when I was in high school. I played field hockey and I had run a couple half marathons, and I like had nerve damage in my lower back. So I couldn't barely walk for like 5 or 6 months. I didn't think I'd be able to play field hockey again. And I literally have no idea how I got better, but I had to sleep on the floor. I couldn't sleep on a mattress because it was too soft. I literally just like drug my leg around like this, like a dead weight. Anyway, now I'm just very scared of having another back injury. So I try to brace my core as much as I can, not put too much strain on my lower back.
So you ran some half marathons?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Can't catch me doing that again. So I actually hurt my back during the half marathon. I was on a team that was pushing a wheelchair. So there was like 3 or 4 of us, I think. So we would take turns. Half marathon's obviously 13 miles. Mile like 2, I felt my back like tweak.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, we'll just like run through it. Like, it's not a big deal. I was like 15 at the time, I think. And it was November. It was Richmond. It was like sleeting. And the Richmond half and full marathon, like you go through like U of R and like all of the like hilly parts of Richmond. So it was definitely like a type of training that I wasn't used to, because like I didn't really do a lot of hills. And then with the wheelchair on top of that, I just think that like I wasn't running how I normally do. Yeah. And then that like tweaked my lower back. So at first I thought it was a hamstring injury because it was going down my like left side. And then I literally woke up one morning and my whole back was like locked up and I couldn't move. It was so bad. So now we have to do hamstring curls and quad extensions, and then we'll be done. So 2 sets of ham curls, 3 sets of quad extensions. So for me, I feel like I don't prefer like prep over off-season or off-season over prep. I feel like there's a time for both. I mean, there's definitely way more freedom in off-season, but obviously people are way more interested when you're in prep. And prep is like, you know, it's like a mind game. You've got a goal. You're trying to, you know, win a show or win a pro card or whatever, so you've only got like one thing on your mind. But then I feel like the rest of your life is kind of put on hold, you know, you're in the gym, you're eating, you're focused on that, you're not like focused on anything else. So I feel like there's like seasons for both. You know, I've really enjoyed like getting to travel and, you know, spend time with friends, try new training techniques and have fun in the gym and have the food to fuel me in off season versus like in prep. It's a lot more like one track mind, I feel like. I am excited to start prep again, so. For my leg extensions, because of the tempo and going a lot slower, I go a lot lighter now. So instead of doing like 120, 130 pounds, I'm doing like 80 or 90 pounds. Now we're done.
All she wrote.
That's all she wrote. All right, so that was my leg day. Thanks for coming along with me. We'll be up on YouTube soon, and I appreciate you watching.